Nation Banter with Tony Smith.
Riser friends, welcome back to the studio. We're joined in the studio today with none other local man and good businessman around the Sugar Island area of Newry, Neil Brody. Neil, welcome back in the studio.
Thank you very much, Tony.
Always a pleasure to have this man
It's
in the
always a
studio.
pleasure to be here.
It's warm in here, Neil,
It is,
isn't it?
isn't it? Yeah.
I'm not, you know it's coming now, friends. You know it's coming. There it goes. Look at that there, look. Whoa! And the shades are off. So, thanks for coming in, Neil.
No
again.
problem. Always a pleasure.
And me and Neil kind of meet each other on the street,
Yeah.
have about a 20-minute chin wag, and then we're on, isn't it? But within that 20 minutes, Neil, we'd pack the chin wag,
I'm
don't
telling
we?
you, we sort out any problems. With the word problem, we've sorted. We've
There
got
you
the national debt sorted. We have
Everything.
You name it, all done. like,
Employment,
yeah.
it's all done.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
me and Neil worked it all out. So
We've got the
everybody.
Ebola cure and all.
And funny, I had an
Yeah.
MLA in here yesterday. So everybody in Stormont, invite me and Neil up, and we'll sort out all the problems.
All
How's
done.
that?
Yeah, no problem. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
dusted.
We've done it.
Easy
yeah.
as that.
Yeah,
Easy as
yeah.
that.
I won't charge anywhere near the 80 grand a year.
Not at all. That's just for consultation fees, Neil. You know, and then we'll get our other fees,
Yeah, that's
sundries,
it,
sundries. But Neil, you've come up with an absolute cracking festival now, and it's going to be kicked off, friends, the next 2 weeks.
Well, we certainly hope so. There's been a lot of work into it, and I suppose those of you who have seen this before here and have been in spouting off with one thing or another, I'm part of the guys in Newry 2020, the guys who try to push Newry, because we know how good Newry is. Like, I'm born and bred in Newry as yourself. We know the depth of talent, we know what's out there, and we
Yeah.
know that people are brilliant. There's brilliant talent around, there's people truly committed to what they're doing here. But, we think, we need a wee bit of foresight and a bit of to make Newry, give Newry the potential we know what's there. And as part of that, we sat down and said, well, what do we need to do? So I said, let's talk to me, we need a music festival. More Points got Blues in the Bay, Derry's got Jazz Festival, Strathmore got the Fiddler's Green, Newry's got, nothing really along those lines.
We've got our very first blues festival a couple of
Yeah,
weeks ago.
well, that's it. The Blues Festival was up a couple of weeks ago, which is brilliant. It means something's happening.
Yeah.
So we sort of sat down and went, okay, we need a music festival, and sort of went, okay, well, so I went to a few people and go, can you organise a music festival? And I went, how much am I getting? And I went, nothing. They went, nah. That's somebody else. Well, yeah, great idea. How much are we getting? Nothing. I said, okay, right, fine, I'll do it. So myself and Columba from Newry.ie said, okay, let's just do it. We'll talk to the bars. We've got we said the Blues Festival's been going and what's happening in Newry, so we know what we're doing. We have an idea of what we're doing, so we'll just go, and we just sat down, picked out a date, 12th, second weekend in September. There's not that much happening around that sort of day.
It's quiet, yeah.
It's quiet sort of time of the year.
Back to school. And just
um,
before the heavy duty winter comes in.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we'll keep the tradition of, when there's still good weather. When the kids go back to school, there's good weather for a couple of weeks just to piss the kids off,
That's right, yeah. and to piss the parents off too.
And we'll talk with capitalising that too. So that's it. Second weekend in September, we set that, and so we were like, okay, that's what we'll do. So we know what we're doing. We decided on sort of to keep it local and keep it sort of celebrating Newry, and Columba come up with the Yerkin Fla and Newry Festival. Said, brilliant, sounds great name. What do we do? How do we do this? So, so that's that. And obviously we sort of sat down and said, well, first of all, we need somebody who we're going to headline this, and it's the first Newry Festival. We just had to get the biggest band come out in Newry in the last 25 years.
I have to agree with you there, and there they are, the four of us.
Yeah.
There's the guys there, the four of us, and I know Brent and Declan well, two characters now, I have to say.
Yeah.
And I was asking you into the Banter show. I want you in. I'll be talking to you maybe next week sometime. Where I'll be meeting you, but we'll not get into that. Go on ahead.
So we sat down and goes, right, we need four of us. He goes, where are we going to play? And I went through the usual and said, well, at the Town Hall, the start of there, perhaps we could finish there. And it happens to be there. This is the 25th anniversary.
It's the 25th anniversary.
Of Songs That Tempted. And it's the 25th, exactly. I think we're a month off 25 years since the last played in the Town Hall.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
And so we sort of got a hold of it. We got them and they just said, yeah, we'll do it.
That's a nice touch. And fair play to you, that's a nice touch. 25 years they've been in business together.
25 years
as
since,
a band,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
they are
amazing. And I know that people...
And everybody in Newry's proud of them, aren't they?
They are,
really,
of course we are. They really did make a name for themselves. And in fact, the 25 years they're still going.
Not even that. I'll tell you what, 25 years ago there wasn't too many music videos, but them guys had a couple of music videos out.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
So big raiser to the four of us.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the four of us, they're brilliant. And I got talking to our Declan Brendan a few weeks ago, and he's just so excited about doing this. And he said, "It's, you know, I suppose if you talk to him, he'll tell you he's more nervous about this than he was playing, say,
25 years ago.
You know, he's more nervous of playing a town hall in Newry than he was playing for 78,000 people in Croke Park. So, you know, so
and
yeah.
I've seen them photographs of them in Croke Park.
Yeah.
Awesome, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, I think that they've been so enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
I think the moment it was mentioned, they said, "Yeah, we're doing it." They're doing it with the original lineup plus the new lineup, and it's only the third time they've done this. They did one in Belfast and one in Dublin, both sold out within no
Minutes,
time.
probably, yeah.
Minutes. And the fact that they're coming down and doing it in Newry, and you know, it's like it's the longest gig. I think it was nearly a 3-hour gig they're doing.
That's
You know,
something else.
so it's they're
That's,
on.
I
so,
tell you what, that's value for money.
Oh yeah, definitely.
3-hour gig.
3-hour gig from the four of us. Yeah.
That's going to be something. It's going to be emotional for them, I would say, at some point, you know.
Probably.
Yeah.
Emotional for me by the time we get to it, I would say. Like,
Yeah, it's wrecked, is it?
but
There's a lot of, I'll tell you what, it's 3 days, friends. 3 days. This is the Erkin Fla. So it's 3 days, 70 plus gigs
it's
in 3 days, and 30 plus venues.
Yeah, we were around. The response has been unreal. We went round to the pubs and he goes, "What are you doing? This is what we're doing." He goes, "Yes, count us in. You sign us up. Whatever it takes, we got to do something." Like, it goes, brilliant. So everywhere, you know, and everywhere from sort of all the bars, the hotels, the cafes, restaurants, and the streets, and you know, it's like, we've even got, and people just come in and say, "What do you want us to do?" You know, we've got the Irish School are going to do a 1-day free intensive Irish course.
Wow.
You know,
A 1-day free intensive hour. And where's this going to happen?
Up in the, it's up in the Mary Street, up in the Bunscoil up there, it's up in our
Chapel Street.
Chapel
in
Street,
Chapel
yeah.
Street, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Gaylor Ross McCardle lawn up the road.
Yeah.
So it's the
Yeah.
Bunscoil.
No, the Gaylor Ross.
It's the
yeah,
Gaylor Ross
Gaylor Ross,
McCardle.
yeah.
So it's opposite the old chapel
Yeah.
at the very top of Chapel Street in Newry.
Yeah.
So it's a lovely looking place.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Then say they must say, "Yeah, we'll do that." You know, then we had the guys from the Maritime Association say, "Listen, we'll organise a boat. You know, we'll have a few a session on a boat. We come on, have a
good.
glass of wine, take it down the lock, back up again for a couple of hours." That's unreal.
That
We sort of
seems
sat down and went, if we get a few gigs, a few bars, we're doing well. Like, and it's just gone bigger and bigger and
Spiraled
bigger
out.
and bigger, and because everybody wants to do something.
There you go.
You know, and
and there's going to be a lot of local players, all good Irish music.
It's- yeah,
talented players and talented singers,
Oh
songwriters.
God, yeah. I mean, thankfully we didn't have to go too far to find talented players.
There's a lot of them about, isn't there?
You know yourself.
Yeah.
There's loads.
We're
of them
lucky,
about.
aren't we?
We are lucky. Like.
We're very lucky.
We are lucky, and I'm just looking at the guy Martha Guy. He played in the Sugar Supper Club once or twice on the flute, and that is brilliant, and their band is brilliant. Another thing we have just see there the Gun Guys Cup of Joe who are playing in even the churches are involved. They're putting gigs on.
In the church?
And the Riverside Church, you know, behind Sugar Island.
I know it, yeah, the big red brick one.
Yeah, even there,
Yeah.
they're holding. They've got a Cup of Joe or like a sort of
That'll be an
traditional band,
interesting gig.
and they're playing with the choir.
Wow.
You know, so it's just people just want to say, yeah, we want to do something. They really should be doing something.
Well, there's there, friends. I hope the green screen setup isn't. I hope it's
Oh,
not, I hope it's not
probably
disappearing.
see the tree.
There's a whole right through me at the minute. There you go, right through me. Look. But it's a great looking poster, I have to say. You know.
Again, you know, it's down to Mr. O'Hara, Columba, who come up with the posters and the artwork and that, who had me sort of giving him grief about this, that, and the other thing. And
Raise our Columba. Columba's getting the ear from Neil.
poor Columba. But yeah, he's done an amazing
tasty
job, really
job,
has. Like, and you know, everybody's been involved. You know, said Columba from Newry.ie. Council have been brilliant. You know, the council really. We went and said, "Can we have town hall?" It goes, "Whatever you want." You know. Say whatever you need, like we can have it, and it's unreal.
Well, that's a very good of them
It
because
is, yeah,
you know
yeah.
at short notice too.
Short notice as well, and you know we have Nicola from Amplified. She came in and said, "Okay," because we sort of, well, we need more bands. Nicola came over, but then 4 or 5 hours goes right. They go, "There's a list of bands for you, all saying, all playing, done." You know.
Brilliant.
So it's just, and I'm like, nobody's got paid for this out of it, and everybody's done it, give up the free time and the free just to get this done, just as we know how good it can be.
I tell you, there's a lot of hard work going on there. I'll tell
Are
you
there?
now. Just even look, as you say, Columba's done the posters, and you've done a lot of roundabout, haven't you?
I've done a lot of run around. I'm still
And you're
doing
still doing a lot of
run around.
Because I met you yesterday briefly,
Yeah.
and I was supposed to get back to you to get you in for a band to show, and I said, "Neil, we'll get this done tomorrow." And we had a brief chin wag, and then you had to
out
go
away
straight
again,
on,
yeah.
didn't you?
And yeah, I mean, it is still a lot of run around, but it's, if this comes out, if it turns out half as good, I think it's going to be.
It will.
It's going to be brilliant.
It will. It will. It really will,
will.
because you're getting the recognition, and you're on the Banter show for a
Yeah,
start.
on the
friends.
ladder shows
And-
that's half it.
So social click biz, Newry Moor
I said all these guys at council.
Coffee, Jack Murphy
Jack,
Jr.
Jack, we talked to Jack. Said, listen, whatever you need done printed. He threw said, I'll sort out the leaflets. The guys from the coffee company, up in Jonesborough. There's probably a lot of the place in the town with coffee. They said, what do you need? Yeah, there you go. We will start the printing for you. We'll be able to do the, social clicks. I've built a website, done on social media, and I haven't asked for a penny.
Brilliant.
And that's because we know that just shows you what Newry is about. If something needs done, people out there are willing to help you and willing to do it, and they're not looking money at the end of it.
You've heard it live here, and that's the community spirit we have
That's
here.
just down community. We want this to happen. Obviously, don't go into. So if you need a website built, go to socialclicks.biz, because they deserve the support they've given off is unreal.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
There you
so
go.
it's
That's great, and keeping it local, and it's great to be having. I know. I think we had a flower before, but this is different. This is completely different, isn't it?
Well, this is just about it's a weekend's crack. That's all we're looking for. We won't go out the weekend because we know
Because we love our weekends.
we
crack,
do
eh?
love a weekend's crack, and we love going out to the pub. Maybe the pubs, a lot of pubs don't have it's tough at the moment. We all know it's tough at the moment. Everybody gets it tough at the moment. So we take a bit of life. I mean, no, Newry's got huge potential. And take a bit of life into the middle of Newry, and it's a bit of crack. And if it works,
And a bit of a feel-good factor too. Get people feeling good about the streets and all, because when there's a buzz in Newry, it's usually a good buzz.
It is a good buzz, and there is that's where it is a continuation of what is happening. We got Graham and the Oktoberfest every year, which come out of nowhere and is huge. It gets bigger every year, which is brilliant. We say we have the first Newry Blues Festival, which by all accounts was a brilliant weekend, even though there was only a few venues taking part.
Yeah.
So I think the appetite to be there is there.
The appetite was there.
It is there.
Because I was at the Blues Festival with my man Bernie Locker and that, and there was great buzz about.
There was, yeah.
And for instance, I was in Cobble's bar, and there was a friend of mine that came into Cobble's looking for me. He couldn't find me. That's how I show you. The place was jammed.
Yeah,
and I mean, it was
great.
jam-packed. And I met such a load of people that the crack was 90 in it, and a good buzz.
Yeah, and a good buzz.
So
Yeah.
this is going to be a good buzz as well.
It is going to be a good buzz, yeah. And it's the first year, so obviously we're all sort of crossing our fingers and our toes and our legs and anything else we can find across to make sure it all works. But
the air control factor.
That's it.
The air control factor.
But so far I said the response is brilliant. So right now I think. I think we've organised that. We just need our obviously it's just a case of everybody out there go to the pub that night, And it's not only just the pub. The cafes are doing it. Like my Aunt Jane's down Hill Street is having some of them playing. On the Saturday afternoon, there's a busking festival down in the middle of Hill Street. I've told everybody who's playing in all the pubs, that's fine. You're going to the pub, you'll get a few quid out of that, but I want you down Hill Street playing, and you're not getting paid for that. So they've all been. Everybody's agreed. Goes, we'll do it.
They know where they're going.
They know where they're going.
I'll tell you what. We'll just give a couple of the local establishments a bit of a shout out.
Yeah.
Because they're helping you along.
Oh
on
yeah,
this,
they've all.
So the Canal Court Hotel, the Mardyke Suite, the Riverside Church, Soteria, which is a tall ship coming in to the Albert Basin, Bellini's, Newry Town Hall, Amplified, Brass Monkey, Bridge Bar, Canal Court, Croziers. Oh, Croziers, yeah.
Actually, the Cruisers aren't. That's it. The Cruisers have sort of said no at the moment.
Well, all right then. Canal Court, not Croziers, grounded. Maple Leaf, Phoenix, Quayside Inn, Rosie O'Grady's, Sugar Supper Club, Windmill Bar, the Working Men's Club in Hill Street, the Railway Bar, and Bellini's. So there's a right good. The Brass Monkey, Boyd's O'Hara's, Boyd's Bar, Armagh Down Bar. So there's McSwiggan's non-racist. It keeps going, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Phoenix, Quayside. I'll tell you what, reading through that, I didn't realise there was as many bars in there. I didn't even realise that there.
That's what I said. Right, you have to go and find out. I goes, okay. So I sort of, Christ, how many bars we have in Newry? Like,
crazy. I didn't really. Just let's start go down this side.
And I was sort of went through and went, my God. And there's more. I said there's more that have come on since we got that. Like the Endo's come on. The Endo are holding gigs as well that weekend.
The Endo do a gig.
They're doing a few gigs as well, and I think the Bosco are looking for gigs, and I sort of go, my God,
I
because
tell you, it is
places
getting
that you
it's
forget,
going.
you forget we have this amount of people.
And then when the Indo gets that going, then I suppose the Shamrocks will want a bit of the action too. now.
Shamrocks, yeah.
And it's only down the road as well.
Yeah, so it's just go out this way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, I'm super excited about it. I really am. Like, I think we all are. I think it's just. I think we did obviously when we started we didn't know how big it's going to be or what it's going to do. And we sort of sat and we said if we can get half a dozen gigs and half a dozen bars, we're doing okay. It's a good place to start. And all of a sudden it just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm going like,
wow,
my God.
Well, I'll tell you what, like 70 plus gigs in 3 days. That just went out of control completely.
It really did, yeah.
But in a good way.
In a good way,
because we're going to be
yeah.
spoiled for music and choice, aren't we? That's what it's all about, Neil.
It's somebody said we when we do this, and I'm sort of one of these guys. Sort of go, I sort of say yes, and then go, crap. Now what do I have to do? I goes, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I can do that, no problem.
Great idea, but could somebody just work it for me? A brilliant idea.
And I'm sort of on the phone then trying to do anything about.
And what do you call it? So it's I'd say the 10th and the 11th of September. Your head will be just about to explode.
It probably will, yeah.
Because the 12th to the 14th, that's when it all starts on the 12th of September, friends. So if you're coming, even if you're coming to Newry for a bit of shopping or whatever, the place is going to be buzzing.
It is going to be buzzing. There's going to be a buzz around the town.
Make sure you can get a babysitter or book in somewhere handy and just stay in Newry and you'll be more than welcome.
Of course, yeah. I mean, they're I think the Canal Court have put a special rate for the weekend. I think a few in the B&Bs have put special rates for that weekend. So,
there you are.
Everybody's involved and everybody's pushing to get.
Is there any contact number or can people contact?
Do we have the websites there? Jurkenfla.com or we have the Facebook page. Just put through the Facebook.
You're on the Facebook
and all. On the Facebook, and it's there. I say there are some gigs that are happening, aren't there? They're all on the website. I think it's sort of happened since we've put into this. They're all on the website. It's always been.
Because these were printed before the last niggly gigs come in there.
You sort of. So
there'll be surprise gigs coming in.
Yeah. I actually think there'll be gigs popping up all over the place. I really do believe there will be.
There'll be more than 70 gigs, and it could carry into 4 days.
I could very well do. I think if anybody owns a business and come Monday the 15th in Newry, they could be not doing. I would just probably close for the day.
Is that right? Yeah.
Because I think there'll be a few sore heads come Monday morning.
I would imagine that nobody will be going looking. No, they'll have enough after the 3 days of a flower. Because I've been at a few flowers myself, in the south and that there as well, and way down south, Kilkenny's a great flowers, big one on there, brilliant crack,
Yeah.
And the buzz is good. The people are out in the streets, they're all happy, and the music's out in the streets. And then you've all the venues after. So
that's what we want. We want that festival thing where people are out and you just walk in somewhere, two musicians meet up somewhere in the middle of the street and start a gig. That's what you want.
That?
That's what you want.
That is good.
That makes it.
And you were saying we are spoiled for choice around this area because of the amount of good, high quality musicians. So, I mean, gigs can spring up virtually anywhere.
Yeah, you can.
Pop-up gigs at the Flower.
Yeah, pop-up gigs. I think the more if you play an instrument and you're not involved, just come in and start playing. So you'll find somebody else who's playing too.
You couldn't ask for fairer than that. Nope. You couldn't ask for fairer. And as I say, this is the very first one. So to give it the big plug, there you go, friends. And I hope I'm not just a big hole right through me here at the minute. But it's all the information's here. You can pick these leaflets up all around the place.
They should be in all the pubs. They're in the Arts Centre.
Just like the Blues Festival, you just go in and pick up a leaflet. You'll see where all the gigs are, which band is playing where.
Yeah, and go on the website. It's all on the website. It's all
updated.
It's all updated every day. It's all sort of your smartphone friendly, so you can flip through it through your smartphone. All the rest of it, that's all done. So. And yeah, it's going to be, and there's so much more happening that I even forget that's happening. If Kirk trips up the Albert Basin, the small boats.
Oh, the Kirks.
Yeah, they're doing those on the Saturday afternoon for nothing.
Wow.
If
you're about in Newry and you're doing nothing Saturday, sure, nip round.
Yeah, that's around the Albert Basin. They're doing that outside the quays for nothing.
Is that right?
So.
And, is it down here? Is it?
Yeah, it's down there on the Saturday afternoon. Yeah, from 3 to 5, the Albert Basin, the Kirk trips.
Kirk trips. And hopefully, we're doing a bit of filming now at the weekend, so on Saturday, funny enough. So we'll using a few extras as well. People get in touch with look both ways on Twitter and Facebook. They're looking for They're looking for extras this week. This Saturday, I think it's going to happen in around 2 o'clock, and it's going to be in round the Flowery.
See.
So there you go. I can't name it just yet. It's a secret location, so can't say too much about it. But it is going to be funny, you know.
So yeah, I mean it's huge, and we have actually our friend Newry historical tours, Mr. Meany, doing a historical trip. I think it's on the Sunday afternoon. He is on Sunday to Turk-and-Tra, and he's walking around going to, there you go, Town Hall, 2 o'clock on the Sunday, Newry Town Hall, the Turk-and-Tra with Ciara Meany, and they're walking around, the trad musician walking around singing as you have a tour around Newry. You know,
That'll be different.
you know.
That'll definitely be different. Brandy, I see Brandy are playing in the Sugar Supper Club on the Friday.
Yeah.
And they're a great bunch of
Oh,
lads.
they are unreal.
I actually had them in here, and I must see what the video is. It's a very short one. We done it that day for the 24-hour gig on Hill Street. So, but I do want them in. I want them back in the banter show. They're a great bunch of lads. I want to hear their music.
They've played a couple of times Sugar Supper Club, and they're the only band that don't need a speaker, or don't need an amp.
That's something that speaks volumes.
And I don't mean that they're just noisy. I mean they can just fill the room with just pure enthusiasm and music, and it's unreal.
And great harmonies going on.
Yeah, it's unreal. So the only ones that I've ever walked in who haven't needed.
There you go, Razor for Brandy. To get the official Razor here right on the Panther Show. Well, Neil, I'll tell you what, it's always a pleasure to have you in. I'm going to hang on to this. If that's all right.
Please, and give them
Give a
whatever
few
you
out
need, and beat people over the head and tell them to get there.
Well, we can do that, all right. You know, we're Newry men. We're used to that. You carry on. But I have to commend you, Neil. You come up with some really good ideas, you know. And for instance, the Sugar Supper Club, brilliant, fair play, and it's going well.
It is going well, yeah.
And the shutters even look well.
The shutters, like I just hope.
Fair play to Connor. He done a great job.
Connor's he's talented young boy, so he is.
Talented lad.
He is a talented
But
boy.
as I say, you took that place over. You knew in your head what you were going to do, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you've done it.
Yeah.
You basically you have done it.
Yeah.
You know, because I was in before you done it. And you were nearly pulling the hair out. He was nearly like this, friends, at this stage, you know. But what I'm saying, you've done it, and I have to commend you.
Thank you very much.
And you've got a great head for organising and starting gigs and.
Yes, you should ask the ones in staff. The ones in the Sugar, they have the most disorganised person they've ever met. Said of great ideas, but there's a good job. I've got a good team behind me who make me look good.
You know, that's the Neil team, you call them, the Neil team. Well, there's one thing, you just come up with the ideas and just go in and walk into the room to say, will you hear this?
This is what we're doing.
This is what you are doing.
This is what we're doing. They go, oh crap, no.
Not again. Well, I'm sure you listen. It's going to be it is going to be a brilliant success, and as I say, the place of Newry will be buzzing again.
It will be, yeah.
Spoilt for choice for going to places. You know,
I think so.
It's always a tie up. You're saying, oh no, 2 gigs are on at the same time. You know,
we sort of had that debate. Oh, there's 2 gigs. It goes, you know, how many times you've been to Blues Fest and you went, okay, and you've people you really like, and you've sort of gone there for half an hour and said, right, well, let's go and see him.
Yeah.
You know, and
I just finished this paint.
I just finished
over there.
And we'll get him. You know, that's what you do.
That's the way it works, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
it is.
it's the buzz of it, and that's what makes the buzz of it. I think, you know.
It is.
So,
you know,
Newry, get ready.
Get ready for it.
Get ready. The Erkenfla is coming to Erkentra.
Yeah, Erkenfla is coming, and it's going to be big, and hopefully next year will be
Concerts, pub sessions, Cayley, street session, competition, 1-day Irish course. That's very important.
Yep.
Street theatre, tea dance, tall ship, curric trips, walks, and much more. Well, there is much more.
There's a whole
and
lot.
it'll all be on the Facebook page.
It's all on the Facebook page and all on the website. Obviously Facebook/Yerkenfla or yerkenfla.com.
Yerkenfla. And I'll share my page today just to get a bit of publicity for you there.
Just keep and
we'll try and keep the ball rolling. Well, unfortunately, Neil, we're after getting the old TO.
Fair enough. Get it. The OT.
But I'll tell you what, friends, it's always been good to have you, and you know, I like your buzz. Me and you, we're coming to storm it. We're sorting it all out.
We can have done no problem.
Well, we're tour.
Yeah.
Sort out the world's problems.
We can sort it out.
And then we'll go back for a bottle.
And then we'll go to head back to the pub.
Good idea. On that note, well, tell you what, will you give all our friends a big razor?
A big razor. Well,
give them all a big razor. Razor, friends, and razor for the Erkenfla. It's coming very, very soon.
And we'll see you there. We better see you there.
Well, we'll see you there the 12th to the 14th of September. Don't forget about it, friends. It's all happening in Newry. So for me and Neil, Friends, Razor, we're out of here.
Thank you.
Destination Banter with Tony Smith. Riser